Well, hi there. So much has happened since the last 2 weeks and we were last together. So let's start with a quote. As you get older, the questions come down to about two or three. How long and what do I do with the time I've got left? David Bowie. Well, it seems like forever since we were here together, but of course we stayed in touch on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for that. But a week ago today, I turned 60. Now, I didn't post about it, but some folks made a point of mentioning it, and thank you. Now, we didn't let the milestone just slip by. Rob and I took advantage of some rare flexibility in our calendar and booked 9 days away on a Hawaiian island. Less than 6 hours flight from us, direct from Vancouver. Yeah, we took the ferry over, so we wouldn't possibly have a missing connection through our home airport of Victoria. We wore our masks almost every single minute we were in public, and we managed to come home from our quiet, private place in Maui without COVID. Unlike our last trip, which is still haunting me. In fact, I'm going to be talking to the doctor today about it. Yeah. I cleansed myself spiritually, though, on my big 6-0 with an ocean baptism. After gazing at it for a week from our house, I walked into the warm Pacific and I let the waves roll over me. So I have for you a minute of that blustery, beautiful experience. Here you go. I came out, dried off, and tried to get the sand off, but I am telling you, it was on for days, every nook and cranny, but it was worth it. Later that same evening, we had our one dinner out of the entire trip. Now, the view was as memorable as our meal. And after Rob and I had enjoyed the open air dining, we learned from our server that my sisters and dad had gotten together and arranged to pick up the check and tip from afar through the restaurant's maitre d'. What a lovely surprise. As the sun set on my 50s in the most serene way possible, and I swear to you, this picture has no filters. These were actually the colors we witnessed. I haven't yet decided how I feel about this new decade, but like anything I've never tried before, I'm going to do it and approach it with a mix of trepidation and, of course, optimism, because that's who I am. And with the perspective of knowing how my dad would love to be turning 60 again. And of course, remembering how many people did not and will not get the chance to see this decade themselves. I spoke yesterday with Jeannie Becker, who you may have heard is battling breast cancer. Now, she's in great spirits and she's really optimistic about the treatments now available thanks to events like yesterday's CIBC Run for the Cure. But the fashion TV icon, journalist, and walking inspiration told me that her 60s were her best decade yet, and she's hoping her 70s turn around fast. We hope so too for you, Jeannie. I often ask the question, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? Now, I would say 42. My health is fantastic, except for some long COVID fatigue and faintness and heart rate spikes that hit when I exert myself at all. I'm talking to my doctor later today about that. But I'm not slowing down. I'm still doing 3 podcasts, and I was delighted to learn on my birthday that my labor of love, our Drift with Erin Davis sleep stories, just marked their 100,000th download. Tomorrow's drop is Rip Van Winkle. There's a nap for that. And we're working on another fun, chatty podcast in the months ahead that I'm excited to be doing with my soul sister, Lisa Brandt. And we'll keep you posted on that. And of course, here on the home front, we're also reveling in grandparenting. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at this kid. Aw. And so, in addition to coming home to birthday celebrations, Jane's was Friday, that's why she was all dressed up, and Colin's next Tuesday, plus Thanksgiving a week today, I am surrounded by not just dishes, but gratitude, the memories, the opportunities, the joys, and yes, even the challenges. How would we know to appreciate the gifts and the joys without those challenges, right? Right. And I do. I'll be back with you here next Tuesday, and as David Bowie also said, I don't know where I'm going from here, but I promise not to bore you. Deal?